Hello lovely people, welcome to the Geek Cupboard, I'm Penge and welcome to Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown. And this is all very exciting because I am a bit of a Trek nerd and I make no apologies for it. I've watched a lot of Star Trek over the years and I do have a great fondness for Voyager. I really like the idea of the show and the characters, and I think that there are some really good proper Star Trek-y episodes in there. We won't talk about Threshold, that never happened. And now in this game we get to become Janeway. We get to become the captain of Voyager and we travel across the Delta Quadrant and deal with missions and collect resources and eat food prepared by Neelix, which just sounds wonderful to me. I mean the exploring the Delta Quadrant bit, maybe not the Neelix food. So do you know, here we go, let's get on with it, shall we? Time to play a bit of the demo of Voyager Across the Unknown and boldly go where Voyager went before in the TV series, but we might do it a bit differently, so that kind of makes it okay. Stardate 48315.6, Captain Captain Janeway. A new ship, a new crew, a new mission. Today we embark on a mission to locate a maquis vessel that has disappeared in the Badlands. Oh right, so we're going right back to the beginning, okie dokie. Starfleet intelligence believes these terrorists have acquired dangerous new technology. Voyager looks amazing, by the way. My chief of security, Tuvok, is undercover aboard that ship. I haven't received communication from him in over a week. The Badlands are treacherous. I can only hope he's safe. Voyager looks gorgeous. That is amazing. In the meantime, I have a starship to prepare for launch and a crew to assemble. And they've switched the lights on a spaceship on the outside for some reason. Speaking of which, our final two crew members have just arrived. Ensign Harry Kim and Tom Paris. It seems I have a few introductions to make, and they did the bit where they go to warp at the end of the Voyager intro. That's exciting. And now here we are on the bridge. We're on the bridge of Voyager. Okay, give me a moment to geek out about that. Okay, right, thank you. I'm done geeking out about being on the bridge of Voyager. This is very exciting. Okay, so there we are. There is the amazing Captain Janeway. Hello there, Janeway. And she is saying, gentlemen, welcome to Voyager. So yes, I assume she is talking to Harry Kim and Tom Paris, who are not here right now. I assume they're sort of standing off camera somewhere. I mean, yes, potentially Harry Kim should be over there. He should be on that station if he's positioned correctly. I mean, Tom should be here. Tom should be here, but maybe right now, if we're following the original story of Voyager, then yeah, he's not in sort of a proper post yet, I don't think, is he? He's just sort of like an observer type person, isn't he? He's sort of watching. So, okay, there you go, gentlemen, welcome to Voyager. Ensign Kim, you're fresh from the academy, ready for your first deep space assignment and ready to not be promoted at all for all your efforts. Reporting for duty, Captain. It's an honour to be here. I hope I live up to your expectations. Yeah, there we go. Is his proper post. Hello there, Harry Kim. Ensign Kim, I trust you've already met Tom Paris, our esteemed observer, a former maquis pilot who will help us search the Badlands for the maquis vessel. Okay, so he's going to be somewhere else. There he is. Okay, with all due respect, ma'am, observer is hardly a title befitting my talents. I'm the best damn pilot in the sector. Call me pilot extraordinaire, Ensign. So yeah, I think they sort of get on, don't they? I can't quite recall the exact nature of the first episode of Voyager, but I think, yeah, Paris and Kim sort of get on, I think. The maquis, wow, I heard a lot of stories about them. Relax, I was with the Maquis only a few weeks before I was captured and sent to a lovely little penal colony in New Zealand. Yeah, so he's a bit of a wrong-un, isn't he, Tom Paris? He's got a little bit of a sort of a naughty background, shall we say. He's been in trouble with the law a few times. But you know what, he comes good in the end. Oh, spoilers, sorry everybody. Prison! Enough chatter, gentlemen. All hands, this is the captain. Report to your stations. Helm, take us into the Badlands, maximum warp. Okay, are we going to actually go to warp? Oh, I thought we were going to see us go to warp again. I mean, this all looks very familiar. If you've seen Voyager, this will look very familiar. Okay, here we go. So our first mission is underway. Into the Badlands. The Badlands, a treacherous region of space where violent plasma storms can cripple even the most advanced starships. Captain Janeway observes swirling chaos from the view screen, a subtle smile playing on her lips. She's ready for the challenge. Okay, but are we? Let's go and find out. Okay, so Harry Kim then says, scanners are picking up no other vessels in the system, Captain. It's your time to shine, Mr. Paris. Any idea where your former maquis colleagues are hiding? And then Tom says, I wasn't exactly Marquis of the Year, Captain, but they did prefer underground bases, remote planets, and... Captain, I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm reading a coherent tetrion beam scanning us, and a displacement wave heading toward us. Oh no, not coherent tetrion beams and displacement waves. That's going to make things very inconvenient. I'm sure it'll all be fine, and you will not be displaced into an entirely different quadrant of space. It's all going to be fine. Incoming! A colossal wave of turbulent energy surges toward Voyager, its power dwarfing anything the crew has ever seen. With no time to analyse the threat, emergency measures are initiated. Okay, do we get to choose those? Oh, look! We've gone to red alert. There are red things everywhere. Red alert, helm, evasive manoeuvres. No effect. The wave will intercept us in 5 seconds. Brace for impact. Oh, and here we go. We're going to get got. We're going to get got. This seems a lot longer than 5 seconds, but okay, there we go. And we are cast away to the Delta Quadrant. Although we don't know that yet, but that's where we are. Sorry, spoilers again. Aftermath. As the crew regains consciousness, they find their bridge in total devastation. Twisted metal, sparking consoles, and injured crewmates paint a grim picture. What just happened? I think bad things have happened. Oh, at least your chair's okay, though that's good. Damage report! Your chair looks fine. And the other one, although maybe the sort of padding on the lumbar bit's taken a bit of a kicking. Major hull and deck damage. The transporters are offline, and we're receiving casualty reports. Bridge to sickbay. Doctor, I've got injured crew on the bridge. Doctor? Damn. Captain, we're losing systems across multiple decks. The deuterium tanks are empty. Warp core's gone to grey mode. We're on reserves. Barely. Mr. Paris, take the helm. Scan for the nearest source of deuterium. Yeah, so Chappie, the sort of, the former helmsman, must be dead. Because, yeah, he's not there anymore. I also noticed they didn't have the former sort of number 1. So in the actual first episode of Voyager, there is a number 1. There is, well, like a sort of second in command. There is another person. And yeah, I can't remember who says what, but I think everyone says, oh, hold on to something, brace for impact. And when that big wave thing hit, he's sort of running between stations and he's not braced at all. And I was a bit, oh, come on. When you watch it back, you do sort of think, all you have to do is hold on to something. Stop running around. But there you go. So he's not here either, I noticed. Okay. We need to scan for the nearest source of deuterium, which is a thing that we use to generate a warp field, possibly. I mean, I'm a Trek nerd. I'm not so much into the sort of Trek engineering nerdery. I think that's what we need it for. External sensors are offline. Stellar cartography must be down. Voyager's blind, Captain. Oh, dearie me. Janeway to engineering. We need stellar cartography back online now. Oh my goodness me. Was that a turbo lift? I think that was a lift just then. Okay, welcome to the tutorial. Oh, the game hasn't really properly started until now. Crikeys. Okay. Click on the question mark icon. 1. Okay, it's over there somewhere then, is it? On the left of the screen to revisit any tutorial screen. Okay, and then yes. Okay, that's fine. So, can we have a little look around? Can we just have a nosy about? No, I know. Oh, we get to... It looks like a console. It looks like a console of Voyager, look. And that's what we can see. Oh, this is very exciting. And the lifts are moving up and down, look. So yeah, this is a side view of Voyager. So we've got the shuttle bay, which is damaged. We've got the workshop, which is damaged. Transport room is damaged. Oh, 4 levels of life support are damaged. The torpedo launch bay is damaged. That's probably not so much of an issue right now. Oh, more life support is damaged. Okay. Right, so over here, look, is what we've got to click on. So click on that. Activate room. Okay, activate the stellar cartography in the lower left part of the ship. To activate it, open up its menu by selecting room and switching on the power supply. Okay, stellar cartography is where? I don't know. Imagine I don't know where stellar cartography is. I mean, yeah, I like a bit of Star Trek, but I don't know the layouts of the ships. I'm not quite at that level, I'm afraid. Okay, it's got to be quite a big thing. It's not the shuttle bay. It's not at the back. Oh, it's there. It's it's got a question mark in it. I should possibly have noticed that. Okay, so we can click on that and then we can switch it on. But I notice that we've got all sorts of things across the top. Now look at that. We're playing a Voyager Star Trek game, but we've got some loads of resources. Okay, right, what do we have going on? So there are Borg nanites, although we don't have any of those right now, and I don't really think we get any more of those until we get 7 of 9 on board, a bit further down the line. But okay, so Borg nanites. Then we've got bioneural gel packs. Okay, so that is how Voyager sends information around the ship. It doesn't use, old style wiring or whatever. It sends its information around the ship using bioneural gel packs. Okay, so we've got 5 of those. We've got 100 science points, which sounds like quite a good thing, although not very important right now because everything's kind of on fire. Then we've got 15 dilithium. We've got no deuterium, which is the issue. So that's transformed into energy in the warp core. Okay, and it can also be used to replicate food. And then here is something important. So we've got 20 power right now. We're using 12 and 8 is available. But if we switch on stellar cartography, that's going to take up 3 power. So yes, we've got limited power available. Then we've got no batteries. We've got no geranium. We've got no tritanium. And we've got no food. Okay, that is a bit of an issue. And we haven't got a Neelix on board yet to go and cook some stuff up in the kitchen, dearie me. And then we've got 36 idle crew and 1 work team idling. You think in this moment of crisis, everybody would sort of just chip in and try to help. But okay, so we shall switch on stellar cartography. So boop, there we go. It is powered on. Captain, sensor picking up something out there, but what Harry's trying to stammer is that we're not in the Badlands anymore. Oh dear. Okay. Right. There's a big thing there. Some sort of array, I imagine, is there? Goodness me, that's a big old thing, isn't it? I mean, yeah, compared to Voyager, that is a vast, vast thing. What is that thing? Where are we? If our sensor working, we just jumped over 70,000 light years into the Delta Quadrant. The Delta Quadrant? How? Says Janeway. Captain, life support systems are failing. We did see that. I did notice that, but I had to switch on the mapping thingamajig. This array will have to wait. Mr. Paris, take the helm. Find us a deuterium source. Okay, so now it looks like we're scanning in space. And I did notice when I moved the mouse around, we had little sort of markers moving across the top and the bottom and the left and the right of the screen, sort of triangulating where we were pointing. Scan points of interest, marked with a white question mark, to reveal resources. Okay, so we're over here, and now, in this system, we've got various planets. Okay, so there's one over there, a class 0 planet. So class M is what we want to live on, isn't it? That's what we need. But we need to find deuterium, and yeah, we've got 2 stars. And then we've got various other things dotted around. There's loads of things to go and look at. Okay, do you know what? Let's go clockwise. Let's go that way, shall we? Class H planet, 2 cycles away. Ah, right, okay. And down here, look, we've got different tabs appearing. So that tab there is showing the system that we're currently in. And this tab here is showing the state of the ship. Okie dokie. Right, so go back to the system. And then, yeah, let's go over there, look. Let's have a scan of that, please. So no data right now. Let's have a little look. And it's got potentially geranium, but we don't need geranium, which sounds a little bit too similar to geranium, which is a plant. Although, yeah, if we could get some plants on the bridge, that'd be quite nice. But, okay, so we don't need that. Okay, so go to here. So scan that one. That also has geranium. What about this hot-looking planet? Oh, now we can get to deuterium. Okay, so it's on that very warm-looking planet there. It's quite close to that sun. Right, so how do we get there then? Navigate your ship by travelling to various locations. While travelling, time passes in the form of cycles. Now, I did notice up there is a cycle sort of counter type thing. So I assume, yeah, that's like days or whatever, isn't it? Okay, so when visiting points of interest, you can choose between different approaches with different risks and outcomes. The different colours of the chance bar represent different possible outcomes. Excellent and good outcomes, more rewards like extra resources, morale increase, etc. Average can include minor setbacks. Bad and terrible outcomes provide low rewards, and medium to major setbacks like destroyed rooms, hull damage, or severe injuries. Okay, maybe stay away from the bad things then. And then yes, in terms of our basic resources, the deuterium that we're after now is the fuel that powers the warp drive. Then we have geranium and tritanium, essential for construction and repair, and the crew are needed to do all the stuff. Okay, right, that's fine. So now we need to go to just here. So because we've scanned it, we can now set course. And that, I think, will start moving. Now, of course, when we actually do that, when we click this button, we click set course, I imagine we're going to fly Voyager, which is just there, all the way to over here, which means, of course, we will see that time is ticking by. So I think at that very point, we shall ask a very, very important question, although I suspect maybe the answer is going to be no to the very important question, but we shall ask it anyway because, I feel like we need to. So here we go. Here we go. Let's set course, and then we shall ask a very important question. And I think you all know what it is. So say it along with me, everybody. Is spacebar pause? And no, I cannot confirm that spacebar is paused. Deary me, game, deary me. Although to be fair, that didn't take that long, and it was one short trip, and nothing much else was going on. So I think it's sort of okay. Maybe we don't need spacebar as pause in this game at that particular point. I don't know, but there we go. There we go. I cannot confirm that spacebar is pause. Let it be known and logged. Right. Okay, so small debris fields scattered across a wide area. It's the remnants of a vessel. Maybe we can find something useful. Okay. So we could collect any easily accessible resources. That means we pick up 462 deuterium. We could use the tractor beam to try to clump up the debris for easier collection, and then tractor beam is lit up. That's a maximum of 712. We can hold 1,000, or we could just leave. But of course that's not going to help because we need to get the stuff. So I think there is a bit of a risk in using the tractor beam. But yeah, it's sort of, it's 60-40 possibly, if that, on this sort of the yellowy sort of risk. Although it's still probably fun. It's not red. It's not red, and I don't think anything too terrible is going to happen. So we shall give that a go, I feel. Are we supposed to click? Ah, no, right, just a random thing happens. Okay, so we got all the stuff. There we go. Yay for us. Right. There you go, Captain. We can now deactivate grey mode. Okay, we've gone from sort of red alert to grey alert. Okay, right, there we go. Captain, ready to increase warp core output. There is the warp core. There's the warp core. This is exciting. The warp core is a reactor that powers the ship. I know that. Come on. Come on, people that are playing this game will know the warp core makes the ship go, dearie me. Generate the energy, it continuously consumes deuterium. Depending on the reactor level, you produce more energy, but you use more deuterium. Okay, so it's going to be a level. So we can generate more power, but then we're going to burn through deuterium quicker. Okie dokie. So at the moment, what would you like us to do? We can go to tier 1. Okay, so 1 deuterium produces 5 energy. So it's going to be 30 deuterium per cycle. So that'll keep us going for a while, I think. So do you know what? Yeah, we'll go to tier 1 of power. Our energy levels are returning to normal, Captain. Okay, can we get life support sorted? I feel like that's an important thing. Good. Now what about this thing? This array? What about the life support, Captain? What about breathing and such like? I can't tell, Captain, but our scanner's detected a maquis vessel next to it. Okay, right. Scan for life signs, because there is a chance of 100% for that working. So scan... Oh, hang on, though. Oh, you're scanning the maquis vessel or the thing? I think we should scan for life signs. Have a scan. Scan the ship for life signs, Ensign. There's no one on board, Captain. There we go. Right. Scan the array. So chance 40% plus 35%. So 75% chance that we're going to find something useful. So Scanity scan, what do we find? What about the array? Several life forms on board, Captain. Is one of them Vulcan? I'm not sure, Captain. The signals are weak. We just have to see for ourselves. I want the transporter room repaired and ready. Okay, let's go and do that. Mr. Paris, get us to a geranium deposit. We need to repair the transporter room. Okay, we found that's that, isn't it? Yeah, we found that already. So head over there, look. Set course for that, so pootle over there. I wonder how long an actual cycle is. Like, is a cycle 10 minutes? Is a cycle 5 hours? Is a cycle 2 days? I don't know. Okay, so I think again, yes, we shall use the tractor beam and hope that we muddle through as best we can. And there we go. We've got 65 of that stuff, so now we should be able to do some repairs. We now have all the geranium we need, says Ensign Kim, and now I imagine we can go and do some repairs. Engineering is standing by to repair the transporter, Captain. What about life support? What about life support? Okay, so repair this. It'll take one engineering team, then one work team, and I don't know what that is. Is that a cycle, possibly? Oh, hang on. What's that there? Oh, a cycle there. Oh, I see. Right. Oh, so time is ticking by, even as I'm waffling on now. Is time ticking by? Oh, crikey. Okay. Possibly I should just get on with, doing all the repairs. Okay, so it doesn't take any time at all, somehow, and it takes 14 of our uranium. Okay, so repair that, please. And then, yes, time must tick by until that's done. I do like the sort of horizontal lift thing. I like that. You've got these sort of, the elevator here, which, it does, go up and down. That's fine. It elevates. That's okay. But you've got that one there that just goes along. It's just like a horizontal thing. It's like, no, you don't need to walk along this long bit of ship. You can just get in it's not really an elevator, is it? Yeah, they call them turbo lifts, but okay, there we go. Whatever the case, I like that. But that is now done, I think. Transporters are back online, Captain. Okay. So we can now go to the array. Mr. Paris, set course the array. It's time we got some answers. Okay, so back to there we go. Let's not ignore the captain. Now, I would potentially go and pick up all the other bits and bobs, but let's just, do what the captain says for now. Okay, so we pull in. Voyager looking amazing. Voyager looking, quite undamaged on the outside, given that the inside is in, 12,000 broken pieces. The outside looks remarkably undamaged, but okay. Ensign Kim and Mr. Paris, get ready for your first away mission. I mean, this is very much a baptism of fire, isn't it? They're sort of, join the ship going, hello, he's new, and Paris is a sort of an onlooker. And all of a sudden they just throw him right in. Away missions present a series of challenges. Heroes possess skills and traits. Oh, Harry's a hero. Select heroes with the matching skills for your away team. I think we have to pick those two though. So, okay. Oh look, they've got a proper transporter pad thing. How about we have Harry Kim and Tom Paris? I feel like they'd be an excellent team. So Harry's got some sort of repair skill and a science skill. And Tom's got, I don't know what that is, like a Starfleet skill. It says pilot. Is that a piloting skill? So maybe that's piloting. Some sort of repairing thing. And, oh yeah, he is sort of okay at doing medical stuff, isn't he? I think in the actual opening episode of the series, he does go down and try to help out, do doctor stuff, doesn't he? Because the doctor is dead, so he runs out and does medical stuff. Yeah, we'll have you, and we'll have you. There we go. Right, so begin the mission. You can go on to the away mission. Here we go. Decide on approach and select the hero to complete the challenge with the appropriate skill. If a skill is lower than the requirement, the success chance is displayed. Okay, so there might be a point where the skills are lower than what we need, but there is a chance they can succeed anyway because, they can work things out. They're Starfleet and they've got brains and such like. Okay, so job number 1. Captain, we seem to materialise in the middle of a cornfield. This place, it's eerily similar to Earth, but something's off. Any suggestions on what to do next? Okay, so look out for any footprints or special noises. Scan for any life signs or strange energy signatures. Yeah, I think we should do that. That makes sense to me. Do that. Okay, so our success chance is quite high. So we're going to deploy a bit of science, I think. So, yeah, okay, do that. So we confirm that we can't do both. No, okay, that's fine. So that's a tiny higher chance. So, yeah, do that, please. Oh, we have to click and hold. Okay, that's fun. Right, there we go. Success. Wonderful. Harry and Tom use their tricorders to scan for life signs and detect a strange energy spike emanating from a nearby area. Following the readings, they navigate through the corn and find a farm with people working the fields. An old man sits on the porch of a nearby farmhouse, strumming a banjo. Okay, hello there. After a challenge, the participating team members are fatigued and their skill values are reduced. Okay, so because they had to scan with a tricorder and then walk through a field of corn, they're now feeling tired. Okay, let them rest for the next challenge to recover and plan ahead accordingly. Captain, this old man seems harmless enough. He might know what's going on here. How should we approach him? Okay, so we could demand to know what's going on. We could try to read his body language. That uses the medical thing, but there's a lower chance of that. Argue with facts this can't be farm on Earth, and you want to know what's going on. I mean, that does seem like the most logical thing. We can't be on a farm on Earth because we know we're really far away. So I think let's go for that. Give that one a go. And, oh, it failed. Okay. Harry and Tom's argument seemed to go right over the old man's head. He seems perplexed by their presence, muttering about how things are not supposed to happen this way. He invites them to stay on the farm and wait, offering them some fresh corn cobs. Oh, delicious. You can select more than one hero for a challenge if they possess the required skill. Okay, so if they've both got the same skill, you can apply that skill twice, if you like. So they can both do the same thing. If it's higher than the required number, you have a chance for a critical success. Okay, is that coming up soon then? The old man isn't much help. We'll try to find the marquis ourselves. There's a large barn over by the farmhouse. The tricorder readings are off the charts. There's definitely something strange about it, especially that back wall. Okay, so we can use our sort of engineering knowledge then, which gets us quite high up. And also if this works, we do pick up 150 deuterium. I think that's what that is, isn't it? I forget now. Is that yeah, that's geranium. That sounds like geranium. So yeah, that's deuterium. Okay, that could be quite good then. Chances high. Let's give it a go. Okay, wibbly thing. That failed. Harry's and Tom's attempts to disrupt the energy field fail. The wall remains solid. Suddenly, the people from the field burst in, wielding farm tools as weapons. I mean, it's a little bit like this is kind of preordained, but okay. The old man appears and reveals the barn is an illusion. No. The back wall dissolving to a bluish glowing room where unconscious people, including a tattooed man and a half Klingon woman, lie on surgical tables. Well, you do surprise me, my goodness me. Sometimes you have to make major decisions that have a large influence on how the story proceeds. Okay, so if there are big important things, they're marked with a golden outline. These people must be the missing marquis. They're being held here, Captain. We must get them out of here. Okay, right, so do we wake up the tattooed man? I wonder who possibly... That there, look, there he is. There's Chakotay. I mean, there's a complete random person. I have no idea who it is. And there's a random half Klingon person who definitely I don't know the name of. Okay, so wake up the tattooed man. Wake up the half Klingon woman. Okay, right. I think if we wake up the half Klingon woman, who is B'Elanna Torres, but if we wake up the half Klingon woman, then yeah, she's Klingon, well, half Klingon, so she's going to be half angry, and she might sort of get a bit cross and get a bit grumpy. So I think we wake up the tattooed man. Let's wake up Chakotay and say hello. So yeah, we'll do that, please, and we'll give that a go. Let's try that. I mean, hopefully this is going to work. Success, but not a critical one. Okay, Tom rushes toward the tattooed man, hoping to shake him awake. As he reaches out, the old man stops him with a look of concern on his face. Before Tom can react, a blinding white light fills the room, and everything goes blank. Okay, so we picked up some geranium, whatever it is. But there we go. Right, so the mission is allegedly complete, although we did only have a 50% success rate on that. No critical successes. We got a little injury bonus, which is quite good. So we got 200... they got experience. Okay. Right, so they've picked up some XP, which is good. But now... Oh, there we go. A sudden return. Captain Janeway anxiously awaits the return of her away team when Tom Paris unexpectedly materialises behind her. What happened on the array? And it said there that Ensign Kim is unavailable. Where's Harry? Captain? What happened over there, Mr. Paris? We lost contact with you for several hours. What? But we were there for only an hour, right? Harry? Harry? He was just beside me. Then he's still on the array. But why were you released and not... The Marquis are hailing us, Captain. Putting them on screen. I'm Commander Chakotay of the Marquis. Are you really? My chief engineer, B'Elanna Torres, is that her name, is missing. Is she with you? No, Commander, one of our own is also missing. It seems we share a problem, and it will make sense if we solved it together. 3 of us will beam over to your ship. Okay, so here we go. This is the introduction of the cruise. This is exciting. Despite Janeway's invitation, the arrival of Chakotay and his maquis crew on the bridge is fraught with tension. Both sides remain wary as they prepare to discuss their shared predicament. I'm sure it'll all be fine. Maybe this fine Vulcan chappie will help us. That would be quite good. Captain, this is Seska, one of my engineers, and Tuvok, my... Oh, I know who he is. I'm glad to have you back, Tuvok. I can't do his voice, but I will read it in my head as his voice, because he is a Vulcan, and he speaks like this, Captain. As am I, Captain. Commander Chakotay, I must inform you that I was assigned to infiltrate your crew. I sound more like Crichton from Red Dwarf. So yeah, there's Tuvok. So yes, he's a Vulcan. He doesn't sort of have too much in the way of emotion. If you don't know what's going on with Star Trek, they're sort of, quite level-headed, what about logic, Spock and all that sort of stuff. Most people know, don't they? Were you going to deliver us into their waiting hands, Vulcan? Correct. However, I assure you I perform my duties aboard your ship to the highest standards. Charming. And I see you have Paris with you too. Are you forming a Marquis Traitors Club, Captain? You win some, you lose some, Commander. Let's focus on bringing Torres and Kim back from the array. We can't get back inside. There's still the entrances and are blocking incoming hails. Lieutenant Tuvok, get down to engineering and find a way to bypass whatever's jamming our communications. Report back as soon as you have a solution. Okay, I do like the way that Tuvok has changed into his Starfleet clothes really quickly. He's had a pair of them in a little bag. Captain, the ship's status remains critical. Repair protocols are imperative. We require resources and the engineering office to mobilise additional workforces. Okay, an engineering office. Prioritise life support, secure core decks, and restore Deck 5 functionality first to gain access to the engineering office. Okay. Engineering office. Right, so life support. Here we go. This seems like an important thing. To be able to supply power to a room, you need to activate the life support unit on the corresponding deck. Right, so each life support unit consumes energy, so yeah, you can't have them all on at the same time at the moment. Okay, I also think, yeah, there we go. I was thinking that thing ticking down. That's how many cycles have passed. 12. And we've got 28 left until we burn through our deuterium. So we are going to need to go and get some more. Okay, so this is Deck 5 then. So the engineering office is just there. So yes, we need to switch on. Is that holodeck? Oh, that's exciting. So life support, switch it on. It's going to use up 18 power. But then that deck will then sort of do stuff. Okay, life support restored on Deck 5, Captain. Engineering office is now accessible. Right, so then head over to here. And of course, it's a mess. We'll have to fix it before we can even use it. Yep, that's fine. We'll do that. Go and whack it with some hammers. So one of our teams, it's going to take 2 cycles for that to happen. And another 13 duranium. Okay, but we need it doing. So repair that, please. Repairs in progress. Right, so we just sort of pootle about, do we? Until completion, it will be logical to scan all planets in the system and gather more deuterium and duranium. Okay, yes, I agree, actually. That does make sense. So, can we zoom? Ah, right, we just zoom. We can zoom right in on this, look. So there is Voyager. I love the sort of the ship design of Voyager. I just think it looks really good. I like the fact that it's, it's sort of got this nice sort of sleek shape to it. And the bits, the sort of nacelles, they move around when it goes to warp and stuff. I like all that. Right, okay, let's go have a little look around. Let's go and scan some planets. In fact, no, we know over here that we can go and get some duranium. So let's set course for there, look. And that's not going to take too long, I don't think. And yeah, we'll grab that, look. Oh, there we go. The engineering office is fixed. This is good news. There we go. Look, we got a report. Lovely. Life support is active. And yes, we've got another work team, which is very helpful. Okay, and another 3 power is being used on that. Okie dokie. So, close the report for a second. So that's now up and running. There we go. This person here looking terribly busy sitting down. Engineering office fully operational again, Captain. We now have an additional work team to carry out 2 tasks simultaneously. Building or repairing rooms, even clearing rubble, occupies work teams. Okay, so work teams go and do all the stuff. We had one, now I think we've got two, which is very useful. Logically, we should now focus on Deck 2 and the mess hall to ensure the crew's food supply, maintaining their physical endurance. This requires reactivating life support in that section first. Okay, so now a morale bar has appeared. Okay, so it shows current morale, the change to morale per cycle, and icons indicating the crew's needs. Okay, so imagine the crew are going to say, number one, I need some food. Number two, I need some life support because breathing has become tricky due to the lack of life support and the lack of oxygen. And number three, I need to go home, please. So can we just go back? The third one might be an issue. Okay, open the overview screen by pressing tab and switch to morale to get detailed info about the crew needs. Okay, that's fine. And if the morale gets a 0, then it's game over. Okay, right. Switch on life support for 6 of our power on mat deck. Life support restored on deck 2, Captain. Access to the mess hall is now possible. Okay, that's over here. It sustained extensive damage. Emergency rations are currently deployed. After repair, the crew can access replicator rations again. Okay, so now we need to fix that. It'll take 3 cycles. Okay, so they can work on that, and then we can go back. Okay, until completion, we should address crew accommodation. I was going to go and do some more pootling about the system, gathering stuff, but okay. Ruined rooms must be cleared to create room for residential sections. Okay, so all of this stuff here is completely destroyed. So whatever this was before is now just rubble, just ruined. Okay, so we need to clear out all the clutter. So to free up new building space, you first have to remove the remnants of the old. Okay, it's a little bit like in XCOM 2. You have to clear away the rubbish and build a new room when it's nice and empty. Okay, so that one there. Ruined room, clear debris. We do get some resources back as well because, of course, we can recycle. That's what we do. So clear that out. While waiting for the work teams to finish, we should continue to collect more resources. Okay, so this is good. The geranium is looking okay. We could do with some more deuterium. So what's in that debris field? That's geranium. What's over there? That is geranium. What's over here? That is deuterium. I think that's going to be more useful. Do we click on that to set course? Oh yes, click and hold. Okay, so there we go. Right, the mess hall is done. But we're still flying across to pick up some more sort of fuel stuff, which is good. Okay, close that report. And now Tuvok tells us that the mess hall is fixed and everybody is in there already tucking into a nice bit of breakfast. We should switch to replicator rations now. It would enhance the crew well-being. With every cycle, your crew consumes rations. That makes sense. You can always use emergency rations, which don't require resources but lower morale. Okay, so they're going to be like, dried food and, basic simple stuff to, keep you going, but it's not going to be particularly good. Okay, the crew is used to consuming premium rations made by the replicator. They increase morale, but consume deuterium. Okay, we're going to get some more of that anyway, so we should be okay. So if we click into the mess hall, we can say, you can have premium replicator rations. Okay, and then that morale will start ticking up. Because, yes, people are unhappy that they're on emergency rations. That's why the morale is coming down. So 50 morale is coming down because of that, and 50 is because all of their beds have been destroyed. Yes, we'll switch that on. There you go. Replicators are back on board. This is excellent. Tea, Earl Grey, hot. Although you did coffee, of course, didn't you, Captain? Replicator rations are now issued to the crew, Captain. Lovely. Okay, right, go back to the system. I want to get back over there. Oh, crikey, that room's been done. Okay, yep, over here we can build a thing. Ruined room removal concluded. Right, so in here, we now need to build a crew quarter. Great, maybe we can finally rebuild some crew quarters. My back is killing me from sleeping in the corridor. It'll do wonders for morale, that's for sure, says Tom Paris. Okay, so to build new rooms, select the empty building space, and then, if we have enough teams, which we do, I assume then we click it and just build a room. Okay, so this should be fine. So, maintenance, right, crew. So can we build an emergency quarters? Everything else is just sort of, either greyed out or locked. We can't do it because of technology and stuff. Our current technology is insufficient. So the Starship Voyager that's got a holodeck on it and warp engines, we don't have the technology to build a crew quarters. Explain yourself, game. Okay, an emergency quarters accommodates 10 crew in crammed, limited quality quarters, -1 morale per cycle. But that's better than minus lots. So, yeah, we'll go for that then. We'll go for that. We'll pop it into there. And there we go. Your crew is the lifeblood of your ship. Each room requires personnel to operate, so keep this in mind when adding new rooms or upgrades. Don't forget to provide the necessary accommodation or morale may drop faster than you'd like. Okay, so they can work on that. And I think I was going to clear that. This floor's got life support, hasn't it? This floor has life support. Does it tell us there? No life support, it says in the bottom right corner. But when there is life support, it's fine. Okay. Oh, there's a call. Hang on. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna clear that. Look, and we'll try and get a quarters. Okay, it's a call. It's the Caretaker. Goodness me. Hello, Caretaker. Captain, the array's jamming signal has been neutralized. We should be able to establish communication. Let's hope they respond. Hail the array. Weren't they calling us? Oh, who's this? Why are you bothering me? Oh, it's you. Why are you back? You don't have what I need. Oh, and look, the Caretaker's like a big blob of energy. I remember that voice, Captain. The old guy with the banjo, though he looks a lot less jellyfishy back on the array. I'm Captain Janeway of the Federation starship Voyager. She said the thing. We mean you no harm. We just want our people back. Your people? Your people are no longer here. They might have what I need. You'll just have to leave them. Now, well, about that, I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, so we have 4 different options. We can appeal to his humanity, even though he clearly isn't a human, but okay, so we can just go, do you know what, please let us have them back, tell us where they are, please be nice, and there is a 70% chance that that could work. We could try to intimidate the big terrifying space blob, 60% chance of that. We could let Chakotay talk, and there's a 60% chance that might work, or we could try to scan the array for them, and because our sensors are online, there is a 100% chance that that's going to work. So I think, let's do that. That's optional, but that might help increase these numbers. So scan the array for Harry and B'Elanna. I won't rely on the words of a stranger. Scan the array for life signs of Harry and Torres. No sign of them, Captain, and no humanoid life forms indicated at all. Who or what are we talking to right now? Okay, so that didn't do anything. That didn't do anything at all. I think Janeway would do this top one first, and then if that failed, she'd then get a bit fighty. So let's try to appeal to his humanity, however that's going to work. We are entrusted with their safety. Their families and friends rely on us to bring them home. They are our responsibility. I understand, but I had no choice. There just isn't enough time. Time for what? Says Janeway. I must honour a debt that can never be repaid. Find something that cannot be found. Okay, so offer our help, or what kind of debt? I mean, that does seem like the logical question, is it? What kind of debt? What kind of debt? Maybe we can help. Weren't you listening? It can't be repaid. All I can do is protect them. No, you're stealing my time. Don't you understand? I don't have time. Not enough time. Don't talk to me about time. We don't have the time. We've been cut off, Captain. Damn it, we haven't got any closer to Harry and Torres. You managed to get him to open up a bit. Maybe Starfleet diplomacy isn't so bad after all, says Chakotay. Captain, if I may, I have observed that the array has been sending energy pulses toward the 5th planet of the neighbouring system ever since our arrival. Given the lack of information regarding our missing crew's location, investigating this planet appears to be the most logical next step. It's the only lead we have, says Captain Janeway. Thoughts, Commander? It seems our paths are intertwined, Captain. Let's use this opportunity to find our people and bring them back. Agreed. Mr. Paris, I want you at the helm for this one. Let's find our people. Okay, so where are we going? The 5th planet in the neighbouring system. Maximum warp. Okay, how do we go to a neighbouring system? The sector map shows the entire sector with several star systems. You can travel directly to the system, or you can scan the system first and select a specific pol. Pol? Don't know what that means. A specific pol to visit. Place of... Oh, POI. POI, sorry. Point of interest, place of interest. Okay, so now we've got a sector map. But first things first, let's grab some more deuterium, shall we? So we could do... Okay, we could do this, but there is a risk of going into this big cloud of gas. I think we go for the safe option. Deploy collector probes. So we're not going to get as much stuff, but we're less likely to explode. So we'll do that. Please be good. And it's down here. 469. So that's another what? Over 10 cycles of stuff. So that's quite good. Right, so that'll keep us going for a good long time. I mean, yeah, do we want to just scan all of these things? There's more deuterium over here. And nothing of interest there particularly. That's got... Okay, so there is quite a bit of it around, thankfully. This is useful. So maybe when we come back, we can pick up some more from here. But okay, right. Let's go to just here. So we can click on that. And then we set course, and it's doing the things. It did the things with its nacelles. They went upwards. Okay, we've built the emergency quarters, and we've also dismantled a ruined room. Okay, can we enter the ship before we do the thing? Okay, so emergency quarters are online. This is good. So now people are a little bit less grumpy about everything, and we will clear that ruined room. And over here, we will build another emergency quarters. There we go. Pop that in over there, please. Right. And then go back over here. Do the thing. Yes. Carry on. Close report. How do we go? Go. Activate. Warp. Engage. How do we go? I don't know how we make time tick on. Are we at warp? It might be that we're at warp. I don't know. Or are we? Hang on, no. Are we in that system? Oh, no, we're down here now. We're in the new system. Okay, sorry. We're already here. Sorry, I misunderstood that. Yay for space. Okay. So, oh, camper. My goodness me. Let's go here first. Scan that. I think we'll set a course for here and quickly grab this stuff if we're going past. Right, the ruined room is done. So, enter that ship. So, that's been sorted. So, can we, in here... build an emergency quarters. Although they are only 2 wide. And that space is 3 wide. But I think that's fine for now. That's okay. We'll do that. And then we'll put another one over there somewhere. Where's one with just lots of little sort of 2-sized rooms? There's loads on there. Look on that bit. Okay. So when that's done... I think what we'll do is actually, hang on, we've got loads of power left. Let us activate life support. Oh, that life support's really broken. We need 45 tritanium. Okay, right. That's not going to fly, is it? Okay, we'll clear out that room there. Just go and clear that room out, please. And yes, okay, so go to the system. So we are here. We'll go for the safe option. Just get some stuff. It's important we just pick up some things. And then what's just here, and what is just here, and what is just here. Okay, so I think if we then go past here, pick up some deuterium along the way, because we are burning through that. Okay, another crew quarters is ready. Now we're losing 20 morale rather than lots, which is good. What can we build in there? A very tiny cargo bay. Okay, so you can fill in the little gaps with cargo bays. That's quite fun. There you go. Oh, no, that's still been removed. Okay, that's fine. We will just clear that. Just clear that out. Why not? Let's just clear some stuff. Let's get that done. Right, you head back to here. And again, we'll do the sensible option. Because that'll just get us a good amount of stuff, keep us ticking over, and then we'll go to here, actually, because that gets us science, I think. Right, the ruin room is done, that's okay. Yeah, we'll scan that from far away, and we'll just grab some science points, 130 of them. Can't do anything with them right now, but that's okay. And then we shall go to Ocampa. Hello there, Planet Ocampa. Captain, we reached our destination. Orders. Yeah, continue. Let's see what we need to do here. There's Voyager looking amazing. That's my ship now. I'm in charge of Voyager. It's like a dream. Okay, there's Ocampa. Yeah, so Kez is down there somewhere, I assume. Is that where they get Kez? I can't remember. There we are, Captain. And might I say, what a ride. Voyager handles like a dream. Responsive, agile. Don't get too carried away, Mr. Paris. Let's see what we have here. A new lead. Following the Caretaker's energy pulses, Voyager discovers a desert planet with a harsh, unforgiving landscape. Are Harry, Kim and B'Elanna perhaps being held in this place? Well, who knows? We need to go and find out what's so special about this ugly old space rock. Okay, so prepare an away team, do a scan of the planet, check the energy impulses. I think that's probably a good idea. Check those out. If we go down there and we stand underneath an energy pulse, are we going to get, melted or whatever? Anything noteworthy about the energy pulses? They are consistently targeting a single location, a barren piece of the desert. I recommend an away team investigates the area. There is something else. The interval between each pulse has decreased by 0.47 seconds since we left the array. They're getting faster. The entity said it's running out of time, right? Whatever that means, we'd better hurry. Okay, do a general scan of the planet just to make sure. Let's see what we can learn about the planet. It has all the basic characteristics of an M-class planet, but no ocean, no river, nothing. However, there are settlements. Why would anyone want to live there? Okay, right, this is fine. Strange, but intriguing. Prepare an away team. We'll examine this world firsthand. So who's going down? Who is actually going down? Because surely we need to prepare the away team. Is that somebody coming to us? Hello. Okay. Captain, a small ship is approaching. They're hailing us. Hi there. On screen. Ah, it's you. Hello there. Oh, this is very exciting. A peculiar alien with a mischievous grin greets Voyager from his chaotic vessel. Neither Starfleet nor the maquis have ever seen such a species before. Perhaps an inhabitant of the Delta Quadrant. Oh, well, I wonder what you could be called. Neelix. Oh, who'd have thought it? Greetings. Looking for something on this dusty old rock. Would we find anything? Mr. Neelix. Never seen a ship like yours. Let me guess. You were whisked away from somewhere else in the galaxy and brought here against your will? Sounds as though you've heard this story before. Thousands of times. Well, hundreds of times. Maybe 50 times. But the Caretaker has been bringing ships here for months now. The Caretaker? That's what the Ocampa call him. He probably snatched some of your crew too, right? They're likely down on the planet with the Ocampa. But, Captain, it's a tricky place. Dangerous. You could use a guide. But, of course, a guide needs a little, compensation. Sounds fair. Wonderful. To be honest, I've had it rough recently. Those pesky void voles have been nibbling away at my supplies. Some food and water would be most welcome. If you help us find our missing crew, you can have all the food and water you want. It's a deal, says Neelix. Oh, we've recruited Neelix. Oh, this is wonderful. We've got somebody who can cook. Right, so now our goal is to rebuild Voyager and explore the system or skip cycles until Neelix is ready to talk. Okay, so let's go back to here, look, and we will build, in here, yet another crew quarters. For 25 of that just there. Okay, so we have got enough. So if we do that, there we go. That's another room being built. That's going to be handy. And then, yes, we have got... So that room there also... Actually, hang on. That also does have thingy on it, hasn't it? That's got life support. So we could... I know we can't right now because we haven't got any teams. We've got no work teams. But when they're done, we could clear those two out. And they could actually be our two rooms. That might be quite useful. They could be our two sort of crew quarters. Okay, right. That's quite good. That's handy to know. Okay, that's fine. So they're working on that. So we'll go back to the system. So let's have a look then. So over here, scan that. Deuterium. Yes, go there, please. Because we need that. We need lots of that to do all of the things. Right, that ruined room has been done. That's nice and clear. And, oh, I see, they just sort of link together. The ruined rooms just all link together. Okay, that's very handy. So now we can build another crew quarters next to that one, and that should keep everybody happy. Once they're done, everybody should be quite jolly, which is good. Okay, we haven't got any torpedo bays because they're probably all broken. So, yeah, we'll just do that. We'll see if we can grab a good chunk of deuterium. And there we go. We did. And I think... we've nearly maxed out on that, which is quite good. And now we can go back to a call from the Caretaker. Hello there. What a delicious meal. A culinary masterpiece. I've never encountered such a tangy but comforting, smooth yet vibrant concoction. What was it called again? Tomato soup, says Tuvok. Tomato soup! I'm something of a culinary wizard myself, you know. My Alfarian hair pasta bowl is widely known for its bold, mouth-watering taste. Mr. Neelix, I am pleased you're enjoying yourself, but we need your assistance. Now, yes, your missing crew, right. Scan the southern continent and look for the range of dead volcanoes. At their foot, you'll find a Kazon Ogla encampment. Kazon Ogla, one Kazon sect of many. They control this part of the quadrant. They're a bit difficult, but with the right approach, even they can be reasoned with. I thought you said the Ocampa had our people. Well, the Ocampa do have your people. It's just finding them is a bit tricky. My old pal Mage Jabin, the Ogla leader, might know where to look. He's a nice guy, a bit gruff, but he owes me a favour. Okay, right, that's quite handy then. And now we can either send the away team right down, or we can ask for more information. And I think maybe finding out all the information that we can before we send our people down onto a planet is going to be quite handy. So, can you give us more information about the Kazon Ogla? Water's a precious commodity around these parts. The Ogla, they mostly get theirs through trade, so a little liquid diplomacy would go a long way. Okay, so let's just send them some water. Very well, prepare an away team and you'll accompany them, Mr. Neelix. Right, so now we have to fly back to over here. So there we go, so Pootle Voyager over there. Another emergency quarters is done. Let's click it to activate it. Yeah, that'll keep everybody happy, I think, actually. Once that's done, we should be able to stabilise our morale and not let it drop into low morale, which would be a bit rubbish. That should be okay. I think we should be fine with that. Okay, right, go back to the system. Get over here. Did we not finish the thing? Yes, there we go. Right, enter the ship, click that, and there we go. Morale is actually ticking up a little bit. 5 per cycle. Okay, that's good. That's good news. So that can slowly start creeping up. Okie dokie. And I don't think... Do we need to build anything else? So crew, sick bay we can't do. Holodeck we can't do. Although possibly we might not want to build a holodeck. Maintenance is a cargo bay. Technology, we can only build a science lab. Combat, we're missing various resources. And Borg technology, we're lacking nanites. Okay, so we can't build anything else right now, but that kind of checks out. In the sort of story of Voyager, they didn't really get loads of fancy stuff early on, I don't suppose. Okay, right, so back here we go. Fly back to Ocampa. Here we are, Captain. We reached the destination. Orders, right, send the away team. So there is Neelix, and now we have a choice. Okay. So, who do we send? I think let's send Chakotay and let's send... I mean, Tuvok would be a good call. And then Paris can just, maintain the helm of Voyager. Although, we haven't got a sciencey thing. Oh, that probably doesn't matter too much, actually. That might not matter. Because we have got this thing here. We've got the sort of techie response. Yeah, we'll send Tuvok. He can fill in the science thing anyway. Yeah, okay, right. Begin the mission. Okay, there they all are. This is good, although you're not supposed to be... Why are you there? You're not there, Tom. You're not there. You're supposed to be up on the ship. The away team materialises in a small valley between the dead volcanoes. The sun burns down on them mercilessly. The air is hot and dry, and a sandy wind whips into their eyes. Captain, our tricorders are malfunctioning. Probably because of the energy impulses. How do we get our bearings in this dust bowl? Okay, so we can do both things here, look. We can struggle through to a vantage point, which is quite good. Or we could do that. I'm a bit confused. What does that... Hang on a minute. So the chance of that is green is good and orange... Oh no, that's like a critical success, isn't it? I know we'll do that. Absolutely. We'll let Chakotay take the lead on that, because he's a survivalist. So he's quite good at that kind of thing. Using his survival skills and the position of the sun, Chakotay determines the cardinal directions. He navigates the team through the rocky valley, eventually reaching a rocky ledge, gaining a better view of the surrounding area. In the distance, they spot the Kazon Ogla settlement. However, the wind is picking up, and a massive sandstorm is approaching from the south, very handily as well. We've just found 200 deuterium, just, lying around or in a shop or something, whatever the case. Captain, A sandstorm is heading your way. And our way, we need to find cover fast. Okay, so we can't do this. Because they haven't all... Oh no, because he's fatigued. Okay, so we can either try this, or we can try this. I mean, there is seemingly more of a chance of that one. Analyse the area and evaluate the best cover for the storm. Okay, we'll do that and see what happens. Okay, good. We succeeded. They analyse the terrain, discovering natural crevice, offering the best protection from the storm. The rock will shield them. After what seems like an eternity, the storm subsides. Okay, so I can head off again. Sometimes certain approaches in the away missions bear additional risks. Dangerous approaches are marked by danger level indicator. Crikeys. Failing in such a challenge can result in injuries or even fatalities. Oh dear. Captain, we've reached the settlement. How should we approach the people? Okay, so if we choose this and choose to go in all guns blazing, then yes, possibly we might get shot at. I think we approach in a typical Starfleet manner. I think that's quite good. Although, that does potentially use two people's sort of energy up. And Neelix can go in and just do his Talaxian thing and get the success. And it might even be a critical success if we're lucky. It's not, but there we go. Neelix bounds forward, greeting the Kazon ogre in his usual boisterous manner. The women and children seem to recognise him, but their expressions are sceptical rather than welcoming. The men approach cautiously, weapons in hand. A tall Kazon emerges from the settlement, jabbing their leader. At the sight of Neelix, his face darkens. In the background, a badly bruised young woman who looks nothing like the Kazon, but more like a human with pointy ears, peers around a corner. It's Kaz. Okay, 200 morale, that's good. Seems that the Kazon don't find Neelix as charming as he'd led us to believe. How should we appease them, Captain? Okay. Offer water in exchange for information about the Ocampa. We could do that, look. Could use both of their things. Yeah, let's go for that. Because that means we get a success, and it might even be a critical one. No joy. The away team calmly explains their peaceful intentions, emphasising their desire to find their missing crew. Their diplomatic approach eases the tension, and Jabin explains that the Ocampa live underground, their access controlled by the Caretaker, who also provides their only source of water. As proof, Jabin points to the bruised woman he is holding as a slave, explaining that she is one of the few who have managed to reach the surface, when suddenly Neelix grabs a phaser. He points it at Jabin and demands the Ocampa girl to be freed. Oh my goodness, such drama. Things are getting out of hand, Captain. We should retreat. Okay, I mean, that might not be the best idea. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so we have got multiple double options. So we can do that with a couple of people. Even though they're fatigued, it's still going to work. So I think we'll do that. I think we do that. So we should be okay. I don't really want to sort of, start firing phasers at them. Let's just appease and carefully withdraw. Let's just, slowly back out of there. Right, Kez has been recruited. Hello there, Kez. The away team raises their hands in a gesture of peace, slowly backing away while choosing their words carefully to calm the angry Kazon. Jabin, though furious at Neelix's impulsive action, recognises the away team's intelligent attempt to de-escalate the situation. He allows them to retreat, though his eyes burn with anger. Okay, so I think we did okay. We succeeded every challenge, which is pretty good, and they've levelled up. Everybody's levelled up. Oh, poor Tom didn't level up on his mission. Okay, got people that have levelled up. More than gratitude. Safely back on Voyager, Neelix surprises the rest of the away team as he and the rescued woman kiss passionately. My goodness me. How deep does the relationship between the two go? Okay, so yes, we were sort of used a bit there. My dearest Kez, didn't I promise I'd save you? Or is it Kes? I knew you would come for me, my love. You lied and endangered my crew. This is not how trust is built, Mr. Neelix. He was desperate, Captain, but I understand. I want to repay you and your crew for saving me. And thank you for giving me this Starfleet uniform and communicator badge immediately, the instant I walked on the bridge. This is a bit excessive, doesn't it? As Jabin said, the access to the underground city is controlled by the Caretaker. There is a tunnel, but the Caretaker sealed it with a security barrier. We may be able to transport through the barrier if we have the slightest breach. A transporter signal amplifier would be necessary. I mean, one thing I am noting from this game is, and you can tell from the fact that I keep having to sort of, clear my throat, there's a lot of words, it's almost like somebody can make a TV show out of this and have these words, I don't know, somehow scripted and read out by actors, maybe. Yeah, it's quite wordy. It's quite wordy. I want to do more of the mission stuff and the scanning and everything else. But okay, no, we'll carry on. Excellent idea. Kess, can you help us once we've located the breach? Of course, it's the least I can do. Thank you, Kess. I'm grateful. Now, okay, right, we could do all of... I'm going to do all these things, but not read all the answers out, because I'm going to be here forever. And as you can already hear, my voice is quite in a bad way. And this probably wasn't the best game to play with a bad voice and a bit of a cold going on and feeling all bunged up and a bit sort of lurgified. But I didn't think it'd be quite as wordy as this. So, yeah, I'll ask all these questions. And then we'll go to, we have things to do. But I feel like, yes, this could give us sort of, information that might help us further down the line. But yeah, I'll just sort of click through these and get the answers from Kess. Right, there we go. We had a chat with Kess and that was very nice. But now we have things to do. Let's get stuff sorted. All right, someone get started on that transporter signal amplifier. And Kess, we'll go to sickbay and have you examined. Right, so now we need to repair and activate the science lab to research the transporter signal amplifier and repair and activate the sick bay. Okay, right, so that is sick bay. I think that's probably an important thing to get done. So yeah, we can do that actually. We've got the two teams, we've got the duranium, so let's get that done so they can work on that. And the science lab, oh, we can do that as well. We can do that, although we are going to need a bit more duranium. Okay, there is a little bit just there. Yeah, so we'll head over there, look. We shall fly here whilst they do all that stuff. Right, so the science lab is done. Hang on, close the report for now. Captain, the science lab is back online. We can start researching the signal amplifier. Okay. Wait there, science lab. I want to get this stuff first. Oh, and the sick bay is done as well. Okay, right, there we go. Injured and sick crew will be placed in the sick bay automatically. After treatment, they go back to work. Increase the efficiency of the sick bay by assigning a suitable hero. I mean, yeah, where's the doctor? Why haven't we activated the EMH? Where's the doctor? Somebody needs to state the nature of the medical emergency, like right now, please. Although... Yes, here we go, computer. Initiate emergency medical holographic program. And there he is. There's the doctor. Introducing the doctor. With no other options available, Captain Janeway activates Voyager's emergency medical hologram. A shimmering figure materialized in sickbay, ready to provide critical care. Hello, Doc. How are you? There he is. Yay! He said the thing. Please state the nature of the medical emergency. Doctor. Our chief medical officer is dead. You have to take care of sickbay for now, and this patient, Kess. There's no need for concern. I'm capable of treating any injury or disease. A broken ulna, a few minor bruises and grazes, nothing I can't handle. You are in the most capable hands, young lady. Thank you, Doctor. That's very kind of you. I expect you to do your best, Doctor. I'm sure he will. It's fine. Do my best. Captain, I am programmed for optimal medical care. What else would I do? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a patient to attend to and a sick bay to organise. Okay, so that is done. So sick bay is up and running. The science lab is also done. But can we go back over here and do this? So let's try to use the tractor beam, shall we? Oh, okay. It didn't entirely work out. Okay, we got 21 bits though, which is sort of okay. Right, let's head back to the ship. And now the science lab is done. Okay, so now we've got items to analyse. So transporter signal amplifier. It's going to take 3 cycles to get that done. Okay, so you start working on that, please. And then we will go back to the system. There's a planet down here. What's there? Can we scan that? That's got deuterium on it. Although, we're sort of okay for deuterium. However, in that little gap just there, could we build a cargo bay? Could we build a teeny tiny cargo bay and then we could store 500 more deuterium? And that's got to be a good thing. I think we do that. Let's put a tiny... Oh, okay. I thought the cargo bay would fit into that space. It does not. Okay, no, do you know what? I don't think we should put a cargo bay there. I think that sounds like a terrible idea. Also, how do I get out? Escape? Oh, there we go. Right, okay, because I can't build it there. we have got 2 teams left. So maybe... I mean, this floor does still have... it's got a little gap here. Let's clear this. So you lot clear that. And then... yeah, we need to clear this floor. I feel like we shouldn't have a cargo bay behind the mess hall. That's a bit rubbish, isn't it? Oh, our shield generator's broken. We need to fix that as well. And then, yeah, sort that out, please. And we won't go there right now because we can't pick up all that stuff. Scan that. There's loads of deuterium. Okay, we need that. Right. I think then we'll head over there. Set course for there. Maximum impulse or warp, whatever we go at in this system. I don't know. Right. The ruined room is done. That's all fine. And now we have a tech tree. Access a tech tree to research new upgrades. Okay, how do we get to the tech tree? We can unlock new rooms and all that kind of stuff. Okay. So, how do we do that? Where do we go for this? So we've researched the transporter signal amplifier, and we've been given a transporter signal amplifier blueprint. Okay. Oh, the tech tree is on the other screen. Okay, I see. Captain, the blueprints for the signal amplifier are complete. However, to start production, we need to repair the workshop. Okie dokie. Right, we can't do that right now because I think our teams are busy. Oh, no, one is okay, actually. One is fine. Okay, so come down here. Okay. Oh, no, that's a repair. But yeah, we need 10 of our uranium. Okay, so they can work on that. That's all fine. We can get over here. The ruined room is sorted. And, yes, it's a ship. Okay, we'll do that, look. We'll take what we can. And hopefully, yep, there we go. We get some stuff. Very nice. Right, here's the tech tree. Okay, so we've got 146 science points. So we can get workshop, impulse engines, warp drive, shuttle bay. Then we've got a whole crew section, a science section, a combat section, and a Borg section. Oh, this is very exciting. Do you know what? There's no time like the present. Maybe we should use 30 of our 146 science points to reinforce the hull. Just get that done. It takes 30 points, 12 cycles, and we get another 50 hull integrity. That seems like quite a good idea. Do you know what? Do that. Let's make Voyager's hull a little bit sturdier, shall we? Just, I don't know, super glue it together a bit better or something. I'm not quite sure how they do it, but there we go. Right, so that is that done. So come out of that. And then, yes, so we're doing the tech thing, and now we need to repair and activate the workshop. So we'll nip here. We'll go to just there, and some cycles will tick by. The workshop is done. Okay, so close the report, and there we go. The workshop is done. We can now work on the signal amplifier. Okay, so click on this. It's going to take 5 geranium and 3 turns. Okay, so whilst that is underway, we can go back over here. We can get that done. And, oh, okay, look, we can do this now because we have got a science lab. So we might be able to, if we're lucky, get 51 uranium. Well, at the moment it's in that bit. And we got 17. Boo game, I say. Never mind. Right, so that's looking okay, actually. That's looking okay. We're going to max out at 100 anyway, so that's not too bad. And then, I think if we go back to the ship, let's clear this out. So clear that room out and clear that one out. Just clear that entire floor, and then we can put some nice stuff on there. Okay, so we need to craft the transporter thingamabob in the workshop. Right, where was the workshop again? All of the rooms are very similar looking. The workshop, that's a science lab. Life support. Where was the work? It's coming somewhere really obvious, isn't it? And I'm just not looking at it at all. Here we are. Right, it's over here. It's near this bit. So yes, 2 cycles to get that done. Okay, so in the meantime then, yeah, we'll go to here then. We'll go to there. That should take a few cycles. And then, there we go. The signal amplifier is completed and ready to use. Okay, so now we need to go back to a camper at speed, apparently. But I think maybe first we should gather 419 deuterium. Just try and gather that, because that'll nearly tap us out at the top anyway. We can hold 1,000. Yeah, that's pretty good. Right. Then set course for back over here. The ruined room is done. Hopefully the other one should be done. There we go. And then we can come back here and have a chat with the camper. I'm determined to kind of finish our initial mission here, although it does seem to be taking quite a long time. Okay, send the away team. We know what we're doing, so Kes has to go. We'll send, I mean, Chakotay and Tuvok were pretty good last time, so we'll send them again. They were quite handy. So, start the mission. Okay, a group of Kazon already there, tinkering with the security banner in frustration. As soon as they notice the away team, they reach their weapons, but hesitate. Okay, so don't let them butt you up. The Kazon seem to be more cautious this time, but they're still ready to attack. What are the orders? If we could negotiate, that would be good. Or can we do that? Because we've never had a critical success. And I'd love to see what happens if we do get one. So if we could really game, come on now, come on. The away team approaches the Kazon and reminds them of their previous peaceful interaction. Okay, so they're quite happy. They've reached the tunnel entrance. Okay, so, oh dear. Okay, the odds of this aren't great, but we'll get Neelix on it, hopefully. Okay, that worked. This is fine. The away team deploy the transporter signal amplifier, carefully scanning the barrier for any vulnerabilities. After a few tense minutes, they locate a small breach in the energy field. They transport themselves through the opening into a tunnel. Beyond the barrier, the tunnel opens into a breathtaking sight. Embedded into a large cavern, a futuristic environment with smooth white walls emerges in front of the away team, glowing in white, warm light and lit with patches of green. The Ocampa City. We're inside the Ocampa City, but it's a maze of streets and chambers. I think Kez is going to be pretty good. Oh yeah, well, no, we'll use you. Because you've got your special Ocampa ability. So you do that. Any critical success? No, absolutely not. Go and have those. Right, so Kez spoke to some of the Ocampa. They led us to our crew members. They're awake but disoriented, surrounded by strange medical equipment. But then all of a sudden, the ground started to shake violently. Okay, so it's all getting a bit sort of hectic. A message from Janeway cuts through the Joy reunion. The Caretaker Ray has apparently repositioned itself and is now firing at the tunnel entrance. Oh dear, we need to get out. So yeah, Chakotay is a survivalist, so I think we use you to get us out of there. And it's a critical success. Oh my goodness. The away team quickly navigate the collapsing tunnels. Okay, there we go. The security barrier is the only thing standing between them and their escape. The tremors are interfering with the signal amplifiers. Focus, Captain. The connection is constantly being interrupted. We can't beam out like this. So, we can either stabilize it with a bit of tech or analyze some sort of pattern using science. Okay. Neelix has more chance doing a techie kind of thing, so we'll do that. No pressure, Neelix, but if it doesn't work, we're all going to get killed. Working quickly, the away team adjusts the transporter signal amplifies frequency and modulation. Yay for flim-flam, compensating for the tremors. Right, there we go. Everybody is back on Voyager. Hurrah! And people are levelling up. Chakotay and Neelix are level 3. And Kes has gone to level 2. Okay, phew. Right, there we go. B'Elanna has been recruited. Back on Voyager, Harry Kim breathes a sigh of relief, while B'Elanna Torres eyes her Starfleet rescuers with suspicion. The maquis engineer struggles to understand this sudden alliance. Yeah, she's not happy at the start, is she? But she gets on with it. Miss Torres, welcome. Oh, there she is. There is B'Elanna. Welcome aboard Voyager. I'm Captain Captain Janeway. And Ensign Kim, it's good to have you back in one piece. Reporting for duty, Captain. I didn't think I'd ever see Voyager again. It's good to be back. What the hell is going on in Chakotay? Since when are we cozying up to Starfleet? It's a long story, B'Elanna. Let's just say we had to compromise to get you back. And we share a common goal, getting back home. Anything you learned on the planet could help us. Okay, right. Did they learn anything about the Caretaker? Let's just be quick about it. He's been acting weird. Apparently abducting people is a new hobby. Oh, and he increased your campus power supply enough to last them for 5 years, if I recall correctly. And he destroyed the tunnels. It sounds like he's preparing for something, but what? What did you learn about the Ocampa? Annoyingly friendly and incredibly naive, they wouldn't last 5 minutes on the surface. Apparently they've been living underground for over 500 generations. That's true. Our ancestors lived on the surface once. Ancient journals tell us a Caretaker opened a deep chasm and led us underground. Any idea why? The Ocampa mentioned something called the warming. The day our surface turned into a desert. On that day the Caretaker appeared and built our city. Since then he's provided for the Ocampa. A debt that can never be repaid. Say again, Lieutenant Tuvok. There is enough evidence for me to form a reasonable hypothesis, Captain. The Ocampa homeworld turned into a desert from day one to the next. From one day to the next, sorry. The Caretaker's immediate arrival seems to be no coincidence. I assume he is responsible for the ecological damage. Building the underground city and caring for them, he seems to be trying to make amends. In addition, Ensign Kim mentioned the Caretaker provided the Ocampa with a mere 5 years' worth of energy, coupled with the destruction of the access tunnels, and his frequent references to running out of time. The logical conclusion is that he does not intend to continue his role as Caretaker. I believe he is dying. If he dies, how the hell are we supposed to get home? Okay, ask if they know why they were sent to Ocampa. Okay, so why are you there? We woke up covered in strange ulcerations. The Ocampa said we were sent away to prevent some kind of plague. Except we weren't sick before we met the guy. What a crock! They also said the Caretaker had sent others with the same disease, but they didn't recover. They died? I mean, you're both in sickbay now! Okay, they can go to sickbay. Oh, crikeys, okay. Right, their condition is unusual, yes. Can we go and do some space stuff or go and make some choices? Good grief. It appears to be a cellular disruption caused by the introduction of foreign genetic material. Okay, so their bodies are rejecting foreign genetic type stuff. They're fortunate. A few more days and the cellular disruption would have been fatal. Foreign genetic material for what purpose? An excellent question, Commander. It's been introduced deliberately, though why would they want to do that, I don't know. Prognosis, Doctor. I've started the treatment. With my expertise, they should make a full recovery. Okay, that's good news. So they're going to be okay. This is fine. Okay, so Tuvok is then saying, yes, okay, I think the Caretaker is going to die soon. However, they'll run out of energy eventually, so he seeks a successor, one who will continue his work. This explains the abduction and subsequent testing of individuals from various sectors. If he dies before finding a suitable successor, we'll be stranded. We have to return to the array before it's too late. Does that mean we can go and do a space travel thing instead of reading so many words? Captain, given the Caretaker's reluctance to cooperate, a more assertive approach might be necessary. Okay, yep. Guns, explodey things, shields first, phasers. Okay, right, here we go. Right, let's go fix some stuff. We've got 2 teams. So we'll repair the shield generator, and then the torpedo bay can also be repaired. And where are we? We're just there. We'll go down here, look. We shall set course for that. Okay, we've done the research thing. Yay for that. We've got some hull points. Shield generator is done. That's fine. And the other thing is done. Okay, so activate that. And the shield generator is already switched on. We are pushing our power to the limits, however, which is a bit worrying. And then the phaser control room also needs repairing. A couple of cycles until that is done. And we will do the safe collection thing because we can't store much more than that anyway. There we go. Right. Yeah, we're nearly capped out again. That's fine. I think then what we need to do, we need to go back to the other place, don't we? We need to go back to here. Was that where we came from, or was it there? No, okay, yes, over here. That's where the array is, isn't it? Okay, so do that. We've got the phaser control room done. This is fine. Activate that. Our offensive and defensive capabilities have been restored, Captain. We're as ready as we'll ever be. Let's show this quadrant what we're really made of. Yes. Oh, look, we're at warp. We're at warp. Look, we're doing warp stuff. Oh, that was exciting. Sorry, that was a bit geeky, wasn't it? I do apologise, but we did a warp thing and it was fun. Okay, right, we're going to go to here first, just pick up some stuff, because that tops us up quite nicely with that. Okay, and then we need to go to the Caretaker. There we go. And you know what? I'm surprised I've said that right so many times, because I recall my parents telling me when I was little that I couldn't say some words. I couldn't say car park, I could say parkark, and I couldn't say caretaker, I could say Caretaker. But there we go, I've said it right. Captain, we reached our destination. Orders, yep, continue, let's get on with things. There we go. Oh, okay. So we've got some potential ships coming in. Oh, okay. That's a surprise. Isn't that like a... oh, that's a Kazon ship. It looked like a Romulan thing, but they're more green, aren't they? The lead ship is hailing us. They're probably not calling to chat. I'll have our maquis raider manned. You can have support if this turns into a fight. Okay, so what have they got to say? Back for more, are you? Right, they're angry with us. All we care about is getting home. or beam over to the array and see if we can arrange that. Okay, yeah, they're just angry with us. We have no dispute with you. Of course not. You'd rather talk your way into getting what you want. This is absurd. We have no intention of challenging you. Okay, the array's power is mine. We can discuss it. He's disconnected. They're powering up weapons. Battle stations. Right, here we go. Right. Okay, less talking, more shooting of phasers. Each combat encounter you may choose up to 3 heroes to utilise their specific strengths and abilities. Right. Okay, so we've got 2 of us with combat power of 81 and 51. They've got 32, 12 and 12. I suspect maybe this is a little bit one-sided, but okay. I mean, we could... Tuvok's good. Tuvok is very good because he's quite logical. So he'll be able to help out with sort of, doing clever attacking stuff. Chakotay can do the maquis maneuver, and we could... I mean, Kess has got a telepathic attack. Do you know what? We don't need to evade, I don't think. They're not strong enough for us to need to evade. Let's go for Ensign Kim. You can do some shield hacking. Right, we'll start the combat. Here we go. Right, this is obviously the Star Trek stuff is all exciting and it's all good and it's all fun and you like the characters and I love the ship management stuff. But of course, combat is a big thing, isn't it? You want to do some ship combat because that's exciting. The Voyager will fight semi-autonomously. Phasers are fired automatically. Torpedoes, manually. You control the ship by opening the command menu and deciding how to approach the enemy. Okay, so what are your orders, Captain? Where's the command menu? The command menu is... Oh, orders down here. Okay, orders. Okay, so, orders. How do we dish these out then? Order your ship to try an attack or defend a side with a defensive or offensive movement. Fleeing requires enemy engines to be damaged, while surrendering costs resources as a form of payment. You can also repair stuff. Proceed to an offensive movement. Okay, so we want to do that and then go to offensive actions. Weapons, warp core, engines or shield. I think if we take out their weapons, then they can't fire back at us, and then that kind of renders things a bit pointless, doesn't it? So let's take out their weapons. Let's do that. Okay, and then, oh, look at this. Combat is paused. Toggle pause is spacebar. Okay. Oh, this is excellent news. So in a combat scenario, I can very happily confirm that spacebar is pause. Okay, right, we're going to find out, shall we? So hang on, we can move around. Oh, this looks good. Yeah, so if we then press spacebar to unpause time, yes. Okay, there we go. And then... okay, do you know what? Let us ask the all-important question, shall we? Okay, you pop-up thing. You've ruined the all-important question. Okay, the heroes have abilities. We can use them with their things down the bottom. Okay, right. Let's ask a very important question. Although we know what the answer is, but let's ask it anyway. Say it along with me, everybody. Is spacebar pause? And yes, I can now very happily confirm that spacebar is pause in space combat. Okay, this is good. This is good news. Right, we're firing phasers. This is all very good. Yeah, we haven't got any torpedoes, have we? Are we just firing phasers? Our shields are at 98%. Their shields are at 87%. Possibly we should... Hang on a minute. Orders. Can we change the orders? Offensive actions. Can we take their shields out? That might make a little bit more sense. If we attack their shields and take them out, that might be quite a good idea. You might want to turn around a bit there. You might want to put your handbrake turn on the spaceship. Torpedoes have to be fired manually. Shift key. Okay, that's fine. They're very powerful, causing great damage. Okay. But yes, they're rubbish against shields. Okay. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain. Okay, I think we just did a thing. This is good, isn't it? The enemy shields are destroyed. Their, whatever that is, what is that 75%? Is that their general sort of status and structure? Or is that their shields? I don't know. No, their shields is around here. That's their kind of hull integrity. Okay, right. We will now take out their weapons. So take out their weapon systems. So enemy shields destroyed. Okay, we will fire another torpedo. So boom! Oh, there we go. An enemy ship has surrendered. And we won. Okay, that seemed a little bit a little bit weirdly disorganised, because there were some of the ships in that fight, and I don't feel like we did much with them. I feel like we just sort of pootled around the big ship and shot at it a bit. But okay, no, it's fun. They've surrendered. Right, proceed. They are. There's some shooting happening. There's a little sort of maquis flyer thing. There's Voyager being awesome. Oh, and there's a big old explosion going on. Okay, right. So that's why they surrendered, because they're in a bit of a bad way. Yeah, there we go. Things exploding. I think you've got them, Voyager. We pushed them back, but it was a close call. We got our crew beamed off in time just before the raider exploded. So we lost the thing. You are strong, Captain, but there is strength in numbers. I call for reinforcements. The array will be mine. Then I guess we don't have much time. Hail he array! Hooray! Well, aren't you persistent? We need you to send us back where we came from. Impossible. I have barely enough strength to complete my work. I must protect the Ocampa. If I don't, the Kazon will steal their water. They won't be able to survive. I think we say you must let go of the Ocampa. You're going to have to, because you're going to be dead, so you need to let go of them. You've already done enough damage, I think. We don't confront him. You must let go. Did you ever consider allowing the Ocampa to care for themselves? They're children. Children grow up. They need challenges. Maybe the Ocampa are stronger than you think. Yeah, we're not going to challenge him. We're just going to say, send us home, please. You've dragged us into this. You need to send us... Captain, Jabin wasn't bluffing. His reinforcements have arrived. I could try to access the array system to transport us to the Alpha Quadrant, Captain. No, I'm fading. Time is up. If you leave, the array will be left to the Kazon. They will annihilate the Ocampa. You must destroy it. Don't listen to him. We'll be stranded. I mean, we all know what happens. Please, protect the Ocampa. Okay, what is right and what is easy? The Caretaker fades away, collapsing into an inert crystalline form. Janeway is now faced with an impossible choice. Return home to the Alpha Quadrant, leaving the Ocampa defenceless, or sacrifice Voyager's return to ensure their safety. The clock is ticking. Now, this is interesting because, yeah, if we are the captain, what if we just go, go home, please? Does the game just end and go, hooray, you're back home? I'm intrigued. Is that an option? Let's go and find out. Let's see, shall we? So, continue. He's gone. Captain, the Kazon are closing in. Shall I try to access the primary control systems and send us back? You can. You can access the primary control systems to return home. Well, that is very intriguing. Okay, so in actual Voyager, in the proper series, the array is destroyed. That's what happens. The array is blown up, and then Voyager can't get back home using it because it's been blown up. So then they begin their long journey, and so the series continues. But this is intriguing. What does happen if you just go right home? Now, we're playing the demo. We are playing the demo. And this is fun. If we were going to have a full proper series of this at some point, when the full game comes out whenever, we would destroy the array because that is the right thing to do. We're saving however many Ocampa there are, hundreds, were there 500, 1,000 or whatever, I don't know, but there's quite a lot of them. So that is the sort of the morally right thing to do, isn't it? You're going to sort of save a people and stop a genocide, possibly. So that's the proper thing to do. But right now, I'm intrigued with what happens if you do this, because we're only playing the demo, and I just want to know what happens. I am intrigued. So just for the record, putting it on the record, I would normally pick this, but we know what happens if we pick that, because that's what happens in Voyager. I'm going to pick this. Access primary control systems to return home. Like, does somebody stop us? Does somebody complain? Does Kess make us do something? I don't know. I'm going to pick that. I'm going to see what happens. Protecting the Ocampa would violate the Prime Directive. My responsibility is to this crew. Access the control systems. We're going home. You're abandoning the Ocampa? To hell with the Prime Directive. They deserve a chance to live. Okay. Right. Success chance 60%. I wonder if we're kind of forced into it. Okay. We're going to go for that one again. It's my ship commander. Tuvok, now! Attempting to access the primary control systems, Captain. Oh, success. Transit program initiated. The array is ready. Engage. Oh, there you go. Janeway makes the call. Voyager will return home. Tuvok activates the Caretaker's technology, and a blinding white light engulfs the ship. Uncertainty hangs in the air. Will it work? Will they make it back? Time seems to freeze as the crew braces for the unknown. Home again. Home again. Voyager materialises in the Alpha Quadrant. The familiar stars are welcome sight. But the joy of returning home quickly fades as Starfleet and maquis meet eyes. Just a moment ago they were allies, united by a common goal. Now, back in familiar territory, the reason for their alliance has vanished. Oh, right, so it carries on. So this is like uncharted territory, because this did not happen in Star Trek. We're back, we actually made it. You abandoned your camper, Janeway, left them to the Kazon, another powerful enemy preying on the weak, just like the Cardassians. Okay, so yeah, again, just for the record, I didn't want this to happen, but I just wanted to see what did happen, and even if the game would let you try it. I want to apologise for putting my crew first, Chakotay. If you remember, the only reason you and I formed the alliance was to get our people home safely. And now we're back to being enemies? Is that it? You're going to hand us over to Starfleet? No, you've helped us out. Your team have been crucial in getting us here, so we're going to let you go. That can be, you've sort of earned your freedom. That's fine. Chakotay, we've been through a lot. I can't ignore that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to make a full report to Starfleet Command about how the maquis regrettably evaded our attempts to apprehend them. When I return to the bridge, I trust you and your crew will have made yourselves scarce. Chakotay, damn it, what are we waiting for? Let's get out of here. Consider this a parting gift. Farewell. Thank you. Goodbye, Captain. Oh, we've broken Voyager. It's not right. We've lost half the good crew. Okay, Captain, letting the maquis go is a breach of Starfleet protocol. Logic dictates they should be held accountable for their crimes. Value compassion over logic. We did owe them, because they helped us out. So yeah, we owe them a debt, Lieutenant. They helped us get Harry back. They fought alongside us against the Kazon. Without them, we wouldn't have made it back home. I fail to see how a debt justifies compromising Starfleet security protocols, Captain. B'Elanna, the maquis, they saved my life. What they did in the past, it doesn't matter. I won't complain about the help either, but thought of going back to New Zealand. Not exactly my idea of a happy ending. Maybe you could pull a few strings. Yeah, absolutely, yeah, we'll do that. Tom, I made you a promise, didn't I? And perhaps a certain pilot with your unique skills might find a place for himself on Voyager sooner than he thinks. That's music to my ears, Captain. I'll show Starfleet what this pilot extraordinaire can really do. Well, gentlemen, it seems our adventure has come to an end. Mr. Paris, set a course for Starfleet headquarters. It's time to report in, and for a coffee break. Oh, there we go. We've reached the end of the demo. And of course, we've just come back home, which is, yeah, do you know what? I'm quite impressed that the demo does let you do that. The game does go, yeah, okay, if you want to do that, you can go home. I was fairly certain that stuff would happen where it would go, oh no, the array put up a shield, or a Kazon ship gets in the way, or, I don't know, Tuvok doesn't follow the orders, or whatever. Like, something would happen that would cause you to remain, at the Delta Quadrant, and do what was supposed to happen to make you have the big journey back through the Delta Quadrant. But no, it just goes, well, yeah, fine, you took the thing home, bye-bye there. You escaped fate and brought Voyager home against all the odds. A peaceful return, but you've missed out on all the exciting adventures and discoveries a crew would have experienced otherwise. Okay, so, of course, yes, if we were to ever come back to this, we would, of course, pick the other option. We'd save the Ocampa, and then travel a long way back home and go on all sorts of fun, wacky adventures and meet lots of new people and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm just quite impressed that that's even in the demo, in the game. I'm surprised the game just even lets you do that at all, because, yeah, that kind of breaks the story, really, of Voyager. But there you go. That is one way to play the game, I suppose. And, of course, with that done, we have come to the end of what we can do in the demo of Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown. So we will wrap things up for now. But that was very, very interesting. I think it is a little bit sort of word-heavy, I would say. There's quite a lot of words in there. Maybe if you're just playing it on your own, that's fine, because you can just, read all the story and the lore and get to know the characters and all that kind of stuff. But when you are sort of reading it all out like we were on a video for YouTube, there was quite a lot of reading. There were a lot of words in that game. There was a lot going on. Of course, some of it was tutorial stuff. So that's fair. I think in the future, once you've covered that, it won't come back again. So I think once you've got all the basic systems covered and how to do this, that and the other, it would flow a little bit better. And the only sort of talky bits that you'd read out are the bits with the characters. And I guess that's sort of part of it, isn't it? Star Trek is about sort of, how the people interact and how the universe is built and how the characters deal with things and such. So, yeah, that is kind of important. But it did feel a little bit wordy, but yes, maybe that was because I was just reading it all out and my voice feels a bit sort of croaky and a bit worn out and it just wasn't really up for it, but I struggled through anyway. So, yeah, it was a bit wordy, but other than that, I really quite enjoyed that. It did remind me a little bit of Ixion. It had a bit of an Ixion sort of a feel to it, with the different materials you could gather and the maps. You could travel between different systems and move about the map and, you know, gather different things from different planets. You had all the events to deal with, and you had the sort of missions down on the planets with the people you sort of put in, the choices you make and all that kind of stuff. That sort of reminded me a little bit of Ixion, which is no bad thing, because Ixion was great. That was really, really good. And then, of course, yeah, you've got all the kind of exciting Star Trek-y bits and bobs going on. You've got all the sort of, you know, the terminology and the sciencey flim-flam stuff, which is exciting. And you've got Voyager. And look at that there on the screen. Voyager just looks wonderful. So, yeah, I really enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. I will admit I was surprised when I saw this. When I saw this announced, about, a month ago maybe, I was very surprised. Because I thought, really? They're making a Voyager game? And I didn't realise it was from the very start. I thought it would just be, you know, you're playing as Voyager and you cover, I don't know, like a specific adventure that took place in the Voyager storyline. I didn't realise that you were sort of playing the Voyager story from the very beginning. And you could change how it all played out. So, yeah, that was very good. I like that. I like the sort of sideway view as well of the ship, and you can sort of build different rooms and switch things on and off and manage your power and such like. So, yeah, overall, very enjoyable, if a little bit wordy, and my voice now feels a little bit sort of croaky and rough around the edges, but there we go. So yeah, we'll wrap things up for now. Will we come back to this in the future? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure at all. What we'll do is we'll take a look at the sort of overall feedback about it. We'll see how well received it is, and then yeah, we might possibly pop back in if we've got space and time on the channel to do that kind of thing when it's ready. And I think, yeah, we'll probably go into when it's, you know, in full release. We won't play it in early access or whatever. We will just go right in when the game is ready, version 1. We'll possibly dip back in and play a bit more Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown. But this time, we will remain in the Delta Quadrant and we'll do all that kind of stuff. It will be intriguing with the Borg stuff. That'll be quite fun, because yeah, that's a big part of Star Trek Voyager, isn't it? The sort of dealing with the Borg and having 7 of 9, all that kind of stuff. That is key to it all. So yeah, I think we might possibly come back to it at some point in the dim and distant future. But yes, for now, we shall wrap things up. Hopefully you did enjoy this, and I think this is going to be a relatively long video, so I hopefully did enjoy this sort of, you know, feature-length Voyager game video. If you did, then please do leave a like. That would be most marvellous indeed. And also, if you're not already, then please do subscribe to keep up to date with all the other bits and bobs and nonsense that we get up to in the Geek Cupboard, as well as keeping up to date maybe with Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown when we come back to it at some point in the future. But for now, thank you very much for joining me on the bridge of the Starship Voyager, and also in the Geek Cupboard, and I will see you next time. It's got spinny bits on it. It's got whooshy bits coming out of the spinny bits. Wibbly, wavy, round science cylinders. And there's the sun. I can tell that's the sun because it's the hot thing in the middle. It's not a good day for science. It's not a good day to be a scientist. It's almost like I shouldn't be put in charge of running a gigantic spaceship that is the last hope of mankind.